Hello, I'm Johnny Rowland, your host of The Shooting Show, and welcome to today's program, friends. We've really got a terrific show for you. We're going up and visit the Choate Machine and Tool Factory in Bald Knob, Arkansas, and I certainly take my hearing protection out a little bit. I want to say that I had one of the best Cajun meals that I ever had, period, in Bald Knob, Arkansas. They've got a Cajun restaurant up there. And me being here from Louisiana, you know, I don't expect great Cajun food when I leave the state. But let me tell you what, there in beautiful Bald Knob, Arkansas, they've got what they did, they had a fella from South Louisiana move up there. And it is terrific. So all you have to do if you get off the interstate there or off the highway at Bald Knob, Arkansas, which is near Searcy, you can stop anywhere in town and say, hey, where's that Cajun restaurant? I don't know what the name of it is, but let me tell you what, it is terrific. We also appreciate the good folks there at Choate Machine and Tool. They went to a lot of trouble to take yours truly around with our camera, and I think we have some things that are going to be really impressive. You know, one of the things that they do is they make extension tubes for magazines. They make all kinds of stocks. They make many, many gun accessories. We'll look at their catalog in a few minutes, but really decent people who understand. I was so pleased to meet them and talk with them because we have people who are genuinely concerned about what's happening not only to our gun industry and our rights as shooters, but also to the overall country. Now that impressed me, and we were so pleased to get to visit with them. I think you'll enjoy some tape footage that we have. Friends, it is a dire time for us as gun owners. I've only said this hundreds of times now here on the air. But, you know, I've been saying for some time that the only chance we have to get our country back is to take it back at the state and local level. Well, we're not the only ones who understand this. You see, due to our Second Amendment, it's hard for the clowns in Congress, the anti-gun people, and even the president. You see, because the Second Amendment's there, it gives them some trouble. Now then, they're operating under an attitude that the right of the individuals, that's you and I, not militia, as far as organized militia that would answer to the state or something like that, but the individual, because this is where the militia members got their guns. It was for my individual rights. Well, the federal government has an attitude. They're saying, no, it's not an individual right, and they're wanting to call the militia the National Guard, which is a lie. The National Guard was not in existence when our country was formed. It was a bunch of individuals from separate states. Remember, the states formed the federal government. The federal government did not form the original states. So anyway, they're starting to attack us at the local and state level. Look what's happening in New York. I don't know if Pataki signed this bill yet, but it's an outrageous anti-gun bill for the state of New York. This week we heard about in Miami, Florida. The mayor in Miami is trying to come with some legislation that every gun in the city must be locked at all times. And what good's that going to do you if you need your gun? But this is what they're doing at the state and local level. All right, this is what we've been trying to tell so many in the industry, including those nice people from the National Rifle Association, no rifles, whatever. But they wouldn't listen. You know how we get action, friends? We do it at the state and the local level. We do this by mobilizing gun owners, by letting people know what has to be done, how we have to stand up. This is where we have not done well in the battle. We've had all kinds. NRA has spent tons of money on the national politicians. That's not good enough. We've got to do it in our home areas. There aren't enough NRA representatives. They can't do it. Even if they were trying, they can't do it. What has to be done is you and I to be active at the local level. Now, our opposition understands this. They're very worried that we may wake up and figure out that we got to get in the battle at the local level. But you know what has not been done? Thanks to our difficult financial situation with our project, even though we've been on these 10 years, this is show number 435, I think. We've got to reach people on TV. and tell them at the local level, say, look, you better go down to City Hall. You better go to your county courthouse. You better go to that county meeting. Stand up for us as gun owners, or we're going to be legislated out of existence at the state and the local level. That's why we have to reach people on television. The magazines are not good enough. They won't do it. But the industry overall has just not seen the light. So we're looking for more industry help, but I tell you what, we get this TV network up and running, we're going to make some waves for us as gun owners. But we got to have some help to do it. If you can help us stay on the air, if you can help us reach more Americans, because this is where the battle is going to be won or lost. Right now, we're losing. Our battle to keep our gun rights, whether it's handguns, long guns, whatever, is going to be won or lost at the local level. It's going to be. We've got to reach people. We can reach people on television if we can just get on the local cable channels, the local TV stations. We can do it with the shooting show. That's what we've been doing all these years. But we've got to have some financial help to do it. If you want to help us stay on there, if you want to help us reach more people, please sit down and write a check to the shooting show. 327 Irvin Rowland Road in Dubberly, Louisiana, zip code 71024. Friends, it's got to be done. We're not going to quit. We're here today because we refuse, and many of you working with us have refused to quit. We've got to have some help. If you know someone who is even remotely interested in guns or has a business, tell them they can help sponsor our project, our network project, our shooting show project, whatever they can do. But we've got, friends, if we're going to keep them at all, we've got to reach people in more numbers than we are now. We reach a tremendous number of people every week with our shooting show. Let me tell you what, we don't reach enough, not now, not enough to stop this mess that's going on, to disarm us, to take away our liberty. That's the only way we're going to do it. If you can help us, please, please do. You know, friends, our sales of our pistol kits really are helping the entire project. If you have a 460 pistol kit, and I hear from you daily, people all over the United States that are so pleased and impressed with 44 Magnum power from the compact lightweight 1911 without kicking them in the next week, please tell somebody. Please help us sell more of these things. This is a real help for the project. On the MechTechs, we're starting to move them in volume. If you've got a MechTech, please tell somebody they need one too, because this helps us stay on the air. These are tremendous guns, essentially a 44 Magnum carbine, and we've got some stuff coming. If we get a chance, I'll show you in a few minutes. We'll just give you a hint at some of the stuff we've got coming for our 460 cartridge. Remember, you can still shoot the 45 ACP in our 460 guns. You can even mix them in the magazine. You can't shoot a 460 and a 45, but you can shoot a 45 and a 460. So anyway, great show for you. A lot of things to cover on today's program, and we're going to do that. We had a question. This is the jungle gun. This is the Mossberg gun that the federal government uses in their drug games in Central and South America. And you know, we had a comment. We shoot this gun kind of fast sometimes. See how it looks in my hands. Well, that's pretty fast. That's about 5 shots a second. And somebody said, well, Johnny, shooting that buckshot, can you keep it on target at that velocity? Let's see. Now, friends, you know these gas-operated guns don't have quite as much recoil as the recoil guns. Let's just see. Let's make a hole in that target there. Now, friends, I think that's not a bad group, huh? Good way to look through a wall, see what's on the other side, or even make a doorway there, I suppose. But yes, they are controllable, even in very rapid fire, with a little practice. And remember, I'm just the average shooter with a little practice.
Stay tuned for more of the Shootin' Show after these important messages.
The Shootin' Show will be right back after this break for your local cable company or TV station.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the new Georgia Arms catalog. It is out now, and on the cover we have a memorial to Jim Clark Sr., certainly a great friend of ours, a great friend of the folks there at Georgia Arms. We really appreciate their consideration. But people need to know about wonderful personalities like Jim Clark Sr., and certainly we do miss him. The new catalog is out, and it is exciting. Let's take a closer look. Friends, looking inside, we of course see these great bargains at quantities of ammunition, and yes, we see the shooting show. We also see our pistol kits on sale, and we're up to 3 loads now for the 460 Rowland. So all kinds of great ammunition here in this Georgia Arms. In fact, here we are, yes indeed. Many other calibers available though. 45 auto rim, you don't see that everywhere. I tell you what, 41 Magnum, 454 Casull, they will even sell you components for your loading bench. Just a terrific company. Remember, friends, they have been supporting our project for all these years, and we really appreciate their participation. You can call Georgia Arms at 1-800-624-6861. Get a free catalog, and please remember to tell them that you saw it here on our program.
This past week, we had the opportunity to visit with Choate Machine and Tool Company, one of the premier shooting accessory manufacturers in the world. Let's take a look at that now. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here today in beautiful Bald Knob, Arkansas. Actually, this young man is Harold Parazine, and we are in an office here in Choate Machine and Tool. Hal, how are you, sir? Nice to meet you finally.
Just fine. Talked to you many times on the phone, but finally glad to meet you in person.
Well, I know you folks, you make accessories, all kinds of things for shooters. Am I correct, Hal?
That's correct. We make shooters, accessories for shooters, from varmint hunter to just long-range shooters, home defense type accessories for shotguns. We make all of Marlin's black stocks. If you get a Marlin stock, it's black. We made it here in Bald Knob.
And as well, many other things, including for the U.S. government and all, but your most important market, I'm sure, is the American public. Well, sir, we've got Fred Choate out here, and he's going to take us on a little tour, and I'm sure that folks are going to enjoy seeing a part of what you folks do. Fred, now where are we now, sir?
This is our plastics plant. This is our new 500-ton machine that we got to do the bigger plastic stocks on. We do our Thompson Center stock, muzzle loaders. We do all of our varmint and sniper stocks on it.
Now, what is this round table here? What is this, sir?
That's a cooling fixture. We put them on there when they come out of the machine. They're about 130, 140 degrees, and that keeps them stable until they get room temperature. This is what the plastic starts out as, little pellets, before we suck it up into the hopper and shoot it into the mold. This is one of our rubber butt pads that we put on the muzzle loading stocks. They start out with a hard plastic inner liner, and we shoot the rubber on top of it. These are some of our current production youth model shotgun stocks that we're making for an order. These are some of our sniper stocks that haven't been worked up yet. These are for the Remington short action detachable mags. And
now, Fred, we actually had one of these, one of your sniper stocks on our shooting show some time ago with great success. What's so remarkable about these stocks, there are so many points of adjustment. Am I correct, sir?
Right. The sling swivels on the side instead of the bottom, where you can carry it flat against your back, and you can carry it on either side of the rifle. The aluminum bedding block that with the aluminum pillars, so they're pillar bedded, that the gun fits down in and is real rigid.
Well, now you had some advice or some consulting from John Plaster, am I right, sir?
Yes, John Plaster came up with the design of the stock, and we built the mold and and came up with the tooling and fixturing for it.
Now, Fred, this looks like some sort of super accurate. Tell us what it is, sir.
This is our varmint stock, and this is the aluminum bedding block that we put inside the stock. It gives it rigidity. It's got the same bedding block as the snapper stocks, except it's got this big aluminum U-channel that the rail for our bipod adapter fits on the bottom. It's a really rigid, strong stock. This is the metal butt plate for the snapper stock. It gets our adjustment up and down, gives the snapper stock some weight. This is inletting the bedding blocks out of a solid billet of aluminum. We bought this machine just to make bedding blocks. It starts out as a solid chunk of extruded aluminum, and then we inlet it, do all the drilling on it, and ends up like this. We press this surface up.
For a bedding block for super accuracy.
Right.
So, great.
It's all precision. We'll press the pillars in here for the pillar bedding and injection mold the plastic around it.
Now, Fred, we're looking at some kind of mold. Now, what is this, sir?
This is a plastic injection mold for the cheek piece for the snapper stock and 4N for our Mac 90.
Now, wait a minute, Fred. This looks like a lift, sir.
Yes, this is our 2-ton crane.
That's what we look at. It took the lid off this thing, literally, which weighs hundreds of pounds. And what we're seeing here, it's the two halves. This is the bottom half to make this particular part right here.
And then the top half is in the bottom side of this. It shoots the plastic through here, comes through into this runner system, and fills all these little cavities. And this originally went on there, and then when the mold comes apart, they take the part out. And then you can see the writing inside the part. I don't know if you can pick that up.
So this is actually molded in right here.
Right.
The model number and phone number, things like that. Amazing stuff.
The grip cap for the snapper stock, cheek pieces.
Well,
here's the fore end and the front grip.
And these are cooling tubes. Am I correct, Fred?
The cold water runs through here to cool the mold because the plastic's so hot.
It's very hot, isn't it?
Right.
Well, now, this was a real breakthrough. This is called injection molding. Am I right?
Yes. They've been injection molding stuff, I guess, ever since before World War II, but it's just gotten...
But it was this particular thing was a huge advance in making parts, wasn't it?
Oh, yes. We used to make parts, one at a time and machine stuff just from raw material. Then we got into the plastic injection molding and really helped us a lot.
Well, I promise you this, almost nobody has ever seen the inside of an injection molding machine, but I'm glad to, sir.
Friends, we appreciate the visit with Choate Machine and Tool. If you would like a catalog on their complete product lineup, give them a call, 1-800-972-6390. Again, 1-800-972-6390.
Stay tuned for more of The Shootin' Show after these important messages.
continuing saga of Elian Gonzalez's perilous pilgrimage to freedom has already produced a number of important lessons. Hopefully, Elian can teach us about the rule of law. Certainly, it sticks in the throat when President Clinton, a convicted perjurer and obstructor of justice, lectures the country about the rule of law. The Florida family courts have all along been the proper place to determine legal custody of a boy whose mother died, bringing him to freedom. It would be relevant in such a court to point out that Elian's father has no parental rights because all such rights belong to the Cuban totalitarian state resting on the systematic murder of tens of thousands of people. Evidence could have been entered that Mr. Gonzalez would have no more control over the education, religion, or disposition of Elian than a slave father on a Georgia plantation in 1835. Instead, Attorney General Janet Reno has sent troops she personally controls, agents of the Immigration and Naturalization Service, on a raid using a fraudulent warrant. All during this time, negotiations between the government and the Gonzalez family were underway. Of perhaps the greatest concern was the unwillingness of Miami Police Chief William O'Brien to conceal his advanced knowledge of the raid from Mayor Joe Carollo. In fact, Assistant Chief John Brooks went on the raid to order the street cops to let the agents through police lines. Brooks's explanation is hauntingly similar to recall the Nazi defense after World War II. I had a job to do. I did it in the most professional way I could. Brooks added, this was a police issue, not a political issue. No doubt Mr. Brooks would also have us believe another episode in the raid was just a police issue. A justification for the paramilitary style of storming the Gonzalez house was that one of the Gonzalez friends was known to have a concealed carry permit. Mario Blas Miranda earlier told the cops that he has such a permit. Mr. Miranda is a private investigator and a former police officer. To handle this dangerous man during the raid, he was knocked to the ground, forced spread eagle, doused with pepper spray, and then a shotgun put in his ear. Agents never even bothered to search Miranda for his gun. Hopefully the people of Miami will not rest until Chief O'Brien and Assistant Chief Brooks are fired. Hopefully also all Americans will not rest until we rein in and fire federal officials that abuse their authority. And from Washington, this is Larry Pratt.
For more information on Gun Owners of America, you can call them at area 888-886-GUNS. Free call 888-886-4867. And please tell them that you saw it here on our show.
You know, the 44 Magnum is a great cartridge, but it has a lot of noise and a lot of recoil. Wouldn't it be nice to have the same power level in the slim and compact and lightweight 1911 style gun? Same power level, not nearly as much or recoil. You can have it with our pistol kit. Here's the 45 Auto on a water bottle target. Now let's shoot the other target with the same gun fitted with our 460 Rowland pistol kit. Or how about the power of this lever action rifle in a lightweight, handy semi-automatic carbine? The 460 Rowland MECTEC carbine conversion unit for the 1911 frame is only $345 plus shipping, and the 460 Rowland pistol kit for the 1911 pistol is only $275 plus shipping. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you know that we have an ongoing process for our 460 Rowland ammunition, and we have some things we're working on. Let's go ahead and run something through the chronograph here. And let's see, this is one of these experimental loads here. Let's see what it does. Apply our safety. Now then, let's go up and take a look at the chronograph. Yes, friends, I'd like to say those are real numbers. Exciting stuff, and that's all I'm going to say on today's program, but you might remember that number with some of our experimental ammunition here. Pretty amazing stuff. That's all I'll say. That's enough said for today's program. Stay tuned is all I can say. Just stay tuned. It's exciting.
Stay tuned for more of The Shootin' Show after these important messages.
Friends, what you're looking at here is a life-size bore sight target. You know, they make a number of different varieties of types of targets, and you see it comes with its own little stand there. A lot of us don't have stands to put our targets on when we go out shooting. Boresight makes such a wide variety, but they also make our GRA shooting scenario targets. They're trying to help support our project. You can give Boresight a call. They do take MasterCard and Visa. Call them 1-800-200-9690. Again, 1-800-200-9690. Boresight targets. This is a great thing. Yes, and they do take dealer inquiries. So give them a call today, and please tell them you saw it on our show. We want to remind you folks that a broadcast copy of our shooting shows are archived at Jim's House of Videos, area 318-869-0439, or you can find them on the internet at www.jimshouseofvideos.com. So now let's go to our support group. We have Custom Leatherwork and Saddlery, all kinds of leather work in Denham Springs, Louisiana. Their number's area 225-667-9225. And for your communications needs in the Albuquerque, New Mexico area, call Brooks Communication at area 505-888-2929. And for our GRA shooting scenarios information, call our good friend Dennis Crocker in South Carolina, area 864-587-8722. To have your gun stock painted, you can call Camouflage Technologies at area 909-674-6488. And for heavy equipment rentals in Southern California, call Gearlings Equipment Rentals at area 909-354-6476. Friends, we've run out of time on today's program. Thank you so much for being with us today. We'll see you on the next shooting show.